3 pounds and 6.5 ounces.
If you work in corporate, you know that the weight of this has always felt a lot more heavy than that.
See ya.
Oh boy. What a whirlwind it's been. It's been just over a week since Crystal and I left our corporate jobs to become photographers and entrepreneurs and travelers full-time. Now, for us, this is really a dream come true, and it took a lot of thought and a lot of planning and a lot of flip-flopping back and forth in our minds of, is this the right idea for us? Is this even possible? So I know that, or I suspect that a lot of people go through this when they're trying to decide whether or not they should quit corporate and venture out on their own. And it really has been a lot more unexpected than I expected. Kind of goes without saying, right? And it really has been quite different than what I expected. I mean, we've started talking about this. I found a text message from Crystal, I'll pop it up here, from the 1st of this year. It is now October. Kind of floating this idea of the gap year from corporate in order to kind of pursue our personal dreams. So that's how long I've been thinking about what after corporate would look like, and ruminating about the different ways in which it would look, the different problems that I could possibly have. So no amount of thinking, I can confirm to you, is going to prepare you for the reality of the situation. So that's why I figured I'd share a little bit about what I'm going through, so maybe that could help. I wanted to make this video like the first day. Like, I filmed the clips of packing up the computer. That was my last day of corporate. I wanted to share my thoughts then because there was a million things running through my mind, but I'm really glad that I waited a full week because things started to unfold, and I feel way more prepared to share some feelings that have crystallized over the last couple days. And I think that would be more helpful than just kind of going through the sheer madness that you feel the day that you quit your job. So without further ado, I wanted to share some of the most prominent feelings that I've been going through this experience, positive and negative. Starting off with a positive one, this is the most freedom that I've felt probably in my entire life. If you went to high school in the US, there is that time after senior year, but before college, where very little is expected of you. The world kind of seems at your fingertips. You can go in any possible direction or path that you wanted to. All you need to do is pick it. When you leave your corporate job, this is the closest I've felt to that kind of like anything is possible feeling than I have since then, but probably forever, because now as an adult, I'm way more capable of making things actually happen. So sitting around and thinking with your time in the day that you now have, because you're not at your job, you can kind of dream up anything and say, yeah, I could do that. All you need to do is lay out the steps to get there. There's a true, deep freedom that I don't think can be felt without having the runway clear by not having a career to worry about. That's a really unexpected feeling that I've had, because I thought that with our plans that we have to move to Asia for a year and travel significantly and build our business, that it would feel like we have the next steps laid out. But there is a real, genuine, deep, anything is possible style feeling that I was not anticipating. On the other hand, with that much freedom, the way that manifests in time management, and this might be a personal thing, but there's a lot of intimidation that I've started to feel over the last week, because your time is your own. No more time stealing, no more pushing something off till tomorrow because you can, and say, how critical can that possibly be? It's due on Friday. As an entrepreneur, as someone who is in charge of all of their time, doesn't owe it to anybody else. Yes, that's powerful, but it's also kind of frightening. You answer to yourself. So when you slack off, when you don't get something done fast enough, if you don't shoot a YouTube video when you thought it was going to be shot, you're letting only yourself down. You're only not meeting the goals that which you had set out for yourself. So it has been really sobering, because time management is not a strong suit of mine. I'm not an incredibly organized person. Big ups to Crystal on that. She's managing this part a lot better than me. I am really struggling. It's going to be a great learning opportunity so that I can work on things like time blocking and scheduling and just general organizational aspects that I don't even know how to name because they're so foreign to me. I knew that I would have a lot of time on my hands. I thought that would feel very refreshing. It is also very intimidating because now I have to decide what to do with all that time. So that's kind of intimidating. And this third one is kind of neutral, but very unexpected, is that little treat culture for me has entirely disappeared. I see that purely as a symptom of having a corporate job with which that you kind of have to emotionally protect yourself from. So when we're out and about, I'm thinking of buying a cup of coffee. I mean, minimum $6 to $8 here in the US. I wouldn't think twice when I had my corporate job. But like, I deserve a little cup of coffee. I deserve that little treat here and there. Since quitting my job, immediately, I have not wanted to buy coffee out since then. It is almost a physical change. It's so interesting to want a cup of coffee or something and be like, oh, I can make that at home. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not even thinking twice. Maybe the deeper thing is that without that corporate job, that kind of steady stream of every 2 weeks income, your money becomes a lot more important to you. Talking about it now, I think that probably is it. But the way that that manifests in not wanting things that I thought were kind of non-negotiable in my life, my genuine desire for those things has shifted, and quite immediately. So that's been really fascinating to see. So these are just my feelings after a week. I wanted to share them in real time, kind of give you an update. If you're thinking about quitting your corporate job, these are some of the things that you might not have thought about. Certainly not things that I thought about even when contemplating leaving the job for almost an entire year. I would love to know if you've left your corporate job, some of the things that you've experienced. So please leave them in a comment below, like this video, and subscribe for more. We're gonna have a lot more of this type of content coming up as we go through some really significant life changes, moving out to Asia, going deeper into photography full-time as entrepreneurs. It's going to be a really exciting time, and I'm so excited to have you guys along with us. I'll see you in the next one.
See, and imagine if we weren't done on the same day.
Yeah.
That would have been too weird and surreal.
My boss loved it too, because we co-termed our exits, and he was like, gotta love that procurement excellence.
That's good.